And zooming in a little, we are very early, 15 minutes in advance, Patricia. 15 minutes in advance. The gray, it's a little gray. It's getting a little gray. Welcome people that are just joining. I found a nice viewing point, one of the more higher points. I see people from the Netherlands. Welcome.
Welkom.
Welcome.
Nederland, ja.
Yeah, and you're maybe hearing already there are two voices, because I'm not gonna do this tour alone today. Let's see. I only see 4 people, but there are already a lot more. I'm gonna zoom out a little so you see where I'm standing. Hi from Boston. Oh, that's interesting. We were just talking about Boston, but that's for later in the tour. And goedenavond, Nathalie. And good evening or good afternoon or good morning, whatever it is on your side of the world. You can see I'm standing on a beautiful location. We still have 14 minutes before we start the tour. And yes, Tish, hello everyone. And look how wonderful it is already over here. I love the roofs on a higher location where we see some of the towers of and I think it's the Duomo. Am I pronouncing that on the right way?
Perfectly, Stefan.
Perfectly. Oh wow! No, that's. You can also say if it's not. Be honest.
I will.
Be honest with me.
I will.
Be honest with me. So, just to show you a little more, I'm gonna take you through the fence to the entrance. This is private territory, so I cannot go further inside there. Just giving you a little feeling of where we are. Look at the beautiful lamps here on the side. It's almost like a sort of a chandeliers with electricity in the middle. So old and modern all together. And I love details. I love details. What I see over here, look at this little lantern. On the side of the lantern, we see an animal. It's beautiful. That's holding the lantern. And what animal do we have over here?
I don't know. Perhaps they can guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They can guess.
What do you think this animal is? A leopard? Yeah, that's a possibility. I see more people joining in the meantime. So you can still guessing. And yeah, we're standing here. I can just a little. So this is how we're standing.
Hello.
Hello. We will start in, and Catherine is saying a panther, leopard, jaguar. Oh, so already 3 different answers. We will tell you later. We will tell you later. Not spoiling. A lady lion is also possible. Yeah, we're not gonna spoil yet. We are gonna walk a little to where we're gonna start the tour. So one of the interesting things is if you're coming from the Netherlands, we never have these electricity lines just hanging over the street. So that's one of these things that I'm immediately seeing. So everything is under the ground. So, and very welcome. It's lovely to have you here. Of course, also a lot of other people. And yes, I'm gonna do this together today. So, buonasera.
Buonasera.
So you see, have some Italian words that are coming back when I'm coming back into Italy. And we're going to this narrow street, and I think I just learned a lot already from Patrizia. In the last hour, but you're on one of the highest points of Siena, and thank you, Michelle. That's very early. We got our first tip already. Wow, that's very early. We're gonna start in 10 minutes from now, while we're walking through some of the typical Italian beautiful streets. It is very calm. Most of the tourists are already home, and yeah, several of the buildings over here are empty. And I can also show you that here on the side. And Patrizia was just telling me that this used to be, yeah, you can see it, I think, on the name. It's an institute, an institutio,
Yes,
Santa,
school, yes.
Santa Teresa, I think.
Yes, yeah.
So an old school, what we have over here. But look at this. The garden, mwah, it's a little wild garden.
It would be perfect for a Halloween tour.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same. Look at this. And also the front door, the spiders, the spider webs, you can imagine them. And then all these. Do you know for how many years this has been abandoned? So
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. It looks like a longer time. What a shame. Yeah, so Catherine, if you're looking for a new house and some investment, then this is. Oh wait, there's a car coming, so I have to be a little careful and look also at the beautiful, very rusty lantern here on the side. Okay, of course, officially the tour did not start yet, but what we have over here, I'm gonna zoom in a little. This is Italian, so yeah. I understand. I see a snail, but the rest.
Yeah, it's a territory of the district of the snail.
We are in the territory, the Contradas. Contrada.
Yeah.
Okay, Contradas. That's the plural form, of course, of the snail. Okay, so.
Chiocciola.
The chiocciola. I'm trying to get the pronunciation right. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out again. And we're gonna walk a little further away from this abandoned school. We'll start in 7 minutes. So we're still, I think we were coming from that way, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we can go all the ways. You're the guide.
There's so much I wanted to show. It's always difficult to choose.
No, I'm gonna show you myself together with Patrizia. So we met about an hour ago for the first time. Of course, we had some contact before, and we were talking a little about what are we gonna show in the coming tour. And Patrizia was telling me, yeah, I have 4 different tours, so we can use all kind of things. And based on that, we still don't know at the moment what we're gonna see.
No, we know what we want to show. But will the time be enough?
Will the time be enough? Yeah, that's true. So that's why I said, let's start already 15 minutes in advance. And I'm gonna show you also something else. Look at the side of the building over here. Beautifully painted on the side or on the facade. And just to give you an idea, Siena is built on hills. And we can see that very well here on the side. You can see it's quite steep going down. A little more down, there is a little 2 houses that are connected to each other. I was asking before, like, is there a name for that type of house? But
no, we call it a little arch.
A little arch,
just a little arch.
Yeah, it is a little arch for sure, So, okay, and then we're going over here in this very narrow side street. Always, the question is, do we have signal over here? And how is this called? The Vicolo di Castelvecchio?
Vecchio.
Castelvecchio. Vecchio. Okay.
The old castle.
Old castle.
Because that's also the oldest part of the city.
Okay, we're now in the oldest part of the city. That means that's then one of these questions. How old is the oldest part of the city?
Well,
what do we have to think of?
It goes back to Roman days, 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
Of course, what you can see is not Roman anymore, but during excavations, they found Roman remains in this area. This is the oldest inhabited spot of the city.
So this is where it started?
This is where it started, yes.
On the top of a mountain, easier to protect, I assume. And then look here on the side. Look on these little side streets. I love that people don't have a balcony, so then they place just some pots with plants on the side of their
And the
wall.
washing,
And the washing,
the laundry.
Yeah. The laundry.
That's also a question that always comes up. Why do people hang their laundry outside? But we don't have the dryers. You know, I mean, they exist, but here in these little apartments, there's also no space for dryers. There's no space to hang your laundry inside. So
that's why we're hanging it on the top.
And also, most of the people don't have enough electricity to have a dryer, because really the vast majority of the people, me too, you know, we have an electricity contract and we only have 3.3 kilowatt. So we can't put a washing machine and a dryer at the same time. We can't put our oven and a hair dryer at the same time.
Oh, you have to.
Yes, and so a dryer is really something that we not always need.
Yeah, so then for 2 hours you cannot do anything because you're waiting for the dryer. That's an interesting way. Okay, so by the way, just a question for everyone. Can you hear me well? And can you also hear Patrizia well? Because she's walking a little away from me. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up. That's good. Because the tour did not start officially yet. This is still the pre-tour. Loud. Okay. I will whisper from now. Okay. Loud and clear.
Perhaps I am too loud? I am too loud? Or...
No. I think loud and clear. So. Oh, and also what I really like about, look at the laundry over here. So there's not a lot of laundry at this moment, but they have a system with controls, I think you call it. So you can easily get your stuff to the other window.
Yes, so. I see Stefan is an expert.
I don't know. Yeah, I have a dryer. It's very luxury. I have a dryer at home. So pulleys. Yeah, exactly. That's how we go. But look how beautiful this little side street is. So. And Lisa is saying, I love the laundry. No one dries their clothes outside anymore. But that is not the situation over here. And as you can see, the interesting thing is you can also peek a little in the life of people. So the people over here, I think they love purple. Maybe they're Roman Catholic, but that's maybe with most of the people over here. So, okay. Walking down, we still have 2 minutes, so I think we have a good timing, and we will still do the introduction, by the way. So, but just to give you already a little the feeling of Siena, the feeling of where we are at the moment. So just a side street over here. You can see that there are, in some of these sites, still cars. Imagine if you have a car over here. The people in Italy, their driving skills are quite good to park everywhere. And then, we have some people from Italy even. Elisabetta, welcome.
Elisabetta, ciao.
Ciao. Okay, and over here, we have some, I think it's a beautiful Madonna over there, isn't it? Or yes. It's a little hard to see.
This is a Pietà. It's a Pietà.
Pietà?
A Pietà. You see, it's the Madonna with Christ after the crucifixion. So
after the crucifixion, taken from the cross. Yeah, and I see 2 angels also in front, and some plastic flowers.
And the colors of the flowers are crucial.
Yeah, okay, that's something new for me. I love to hear this story.
No, it's very simple.
It's very simple. Okay.
Simple. You want to hear it now?
Yeah.
Well, the colors you see are blue, red, and white.
It's Dutch.
Huh? Oh yes,
yeah.
It's Dutch. Well, no, Dutch. Well, that wasn't my intention. It's true. Well, it's also French, by the way. No. But so blue, red, and white, and we'll see these colors just around the corner when we start the tour.
Okay. Oh, it's a little. It's an ezelsbruggetje.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sometimes using some.
Insider jokes
Yeah, we have some insider jokes, and only Natalie understood this. No, that's an expression that we're using in Dutch when you are coming with one story when you go to the other story, and in an easy way. So, a monkey bridge. No, not a monkey. A donkey bridge. Monkey, donkey. A donkey bridge. That's how we call that in Dutch.
Okay, and so now we're arriving. I don't know what time it is.
Yeah, it is. We're starting the tour. We're starting the tour. So let's see if the bench is free. Oh no, not completely. Not completely, but then we're just gonna stand over here. So yeah, okay, that's for later. I'm gonna change the screen and
yes, there is a difference in height between
Yeah,
Dutch
yeah,
and Italian.
so okay, I wanna welcome you all on my tour today. And as you can see, my name is Stefan. As you don't know that yet, and I'm doing today this tour together. So and why is that? There's several reasons. I'm traveling this week or almost 10 days through Tuscany, and for the first time in my life. So I've never been here before. I've been several times in Italy, but never in Tuscany. And the plan was already to go here in 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. So now, more than 2 years later, finally I'm here. And when I was thinking about Tuscany, I thought, okay, I like to bring you over there, but I'm not gonna do all these historical cities on my own. And one of my favorite guides is doing tours in this part of the world. And she's standing next to me. And the interesting thing is, she's standing next to me and she's also speaking the same language. And that is something quite unique. I don't know a lot of people speaking Italian and Dutch, not even Italians living in the Netherlands. So I was thinking, and I love the tours of Patrizia. So I thought, let's ask her to do a tour together.
In Dutch.
No, not in Dutch, no. And also not in Italian, don't worry.
Okay, well, I just have to switch back to English. But so welcome, everybody. Welcome in Siena.
Exactly, welcome in Siena. And yeah, you are a guide over here, but not only in Siena. Am I right?
I'm an officially licensed guide in Umbria. So Umbria is a neighboring region of Tuscany. So we are just neighbors. And today I crossed the border because in Italy, if you have a license from one of the regions, automatically you can become a national guide, which of course I would never do. I mean, there's so much in Italy to cover, but Siena is not very far from where I live, and so it's really one of my favorite towns. So I thought, why not doing some virtual tours in Siena as well.
In Siena as well. So you're guiding here normally groups.
Also groups.
Yes. And private, all kind of private tours.
Yes.
So and you're doing that in a lot of languages.
Yes, in the languages that I know.
And that are just to impress some people. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed to hear all these.
Well, my main customers are Dutch. Because I'm one of the few ones who speak Dutch, so they all come to me. And then I also work a lot in German.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we'll have French people. And my virtual guiding is in English. Strangely enough, I almost never guide in person in English. And I never did. Because I have many colleagues that do. So they don't need me for the English language. So,
And your English is perfect. So
perfect.
Yeah,
I do my best.
It is.
Best.
No, it is. And then of course, we're forgetting one language. So because you're also speaking Italian.
Yes, I also speak Italian. Yes, my mother was Italian. So because Stefan asked me to introduce myself, and I said I don't know because I never talk. I mean, the people who know my tours, I never talk a lot about myself because perhaps it's not interesting. But I have a little present for Stefan, and I thought I will introduce myself in that way. Okay. For the people who know my tours, they know that I also talk a lot about chocolate. Okay. And so also in my roots, I have a lot of chocolates because, for example, my mother, she was from this area in Piedmont in Italy where they make the gianduia. So my mother is from the Gianduia area.
Gianduia.
Then my father is Belgian.
Oh, wow.
Now I couldn't find some Belgian chocolate, but this is a very famous Belgian cookie brand. I was born in Germany, where they make this. Stolwerk, it's near Aachen. That's where I was born.
Ich weiß.
Okay, and then today I live, since 30 years, I live in Perugia, where they make the famous Bahachi chocolate.
I've seen a tour from you
And
about
so,
that.
yeah, next week is a chocolate festival also. So I have some chocolate in my ancestry and in my origin. So afterwards I will give it to you.
Oh, wow.
So that's who I am, and then we can talk about Siena.
Then we can talk about Siena, yeah. So, and maybe someone can also share the profile of Patrizia. So, if you don't know her yet, I can really recommend to do her tours. There are really Patrizia Umbria, yeah, that's what we were just talking about, and she's doing several towns, so not only Siena but also several other towns. So, and I'm really lucky to be here. That's true. I'm also feeling lucky. So, and I'm already a little tan from the Italian sun. That's what I needed. But okay, let's change the screen because we're gonna do a tour. And then the last thing that I want to tell you about, I have to be careful because there are cars again. The last thing that I have to tell you when we're doing this tour, because of course this is for me the first time in Siena. So I prepared a little, but Patrizia, she is the expert. She's the expert. I'm gonna ask her the things that will be asked in the chat. I also have a lot of questions myself. So that is how we are gonna do. So hopefully also I can use the questions that you have yourself. So, Patrizia, where are we? Where are we right now?
Well, we are on a little square, and on this square we have a beautiful little fountain. And in the beginning, before we started, we asked some people, who joined early, to guess what animal it was.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. I forgot already.
Somebody had the right answer, because the right answer is the panther.
The panther.
And here we are in the district of the panther, because perhaps you know Siena has 17 different districts, and most of them, almost all, have an animal as a symbol. And today is World Animal Day, so that is of course something we shouldn't forget. It's also St. Francis Day, so happy name day to all the Francis and Francises. And happy birthday to some people. I know at least one, Mary Wenzel. She's there. But so this is the panther. And so you have to know that every district has its colors, has its animal, has its fountain, where the people, the members of the district, are baptized. And the colors, by the way, you can see them over there. And that is, of course, the answer also why these flowers that we saw earlier had this color.
Red, white, and blue.
Yes.
I love these colors.
Yes.
Yeah. I was immediately thinking about that's the Dutch colors, but.
Yes, I didn't think of that. And so here we have the panther, and also every contrada, because that's how we call them. A district is a contrada, has also a motto. So
a motto,
kind of sentence, and I don't know if it's readable.
A little hard, but I think you can.
So in Italian, it's written "Il mio slancio ogni ostacolo abbatte." So my elegant leap can jump over every obstacle, and not only jump, but can really also tear them down, every obstacle down. My slancio is an elegant jump.
It's not a jump, an elegant jump. Yes, and I can imagine that a panther has a very elegant jump.
Yes.
So
these districts are, of course, very important in the daily life of the people. So it's not just some folklore they do for the tourists. No, this is really very much alive, because, people are born into a contrada in one of the districts. And so already as a child, they participate in all these events. And the main event is, of course, the palio.
The palio, the horse races. Yeah, we're gonna talk a lot about We're gonna talk about horses and races and everything. So just a little question: if you're born over here in this area, then you are a panther. That's how you feel. That is part of your identity. So you are from Siena, and then from the Contrada of the Panther in this area. If we're here.
Yes. So in ancient times, of course, people were born at home, and so they were automatically born into one of these districts. And it was almost impossible, to marry somebody from an enemy district or from,
really?
another district, because every district has alliances, has enemies, and some of these go back way back.
Okay.
Centuries back. But so in ancient days, of course, you were born at home and you were automatically part of a district. Today, people are born in a hospital somewhere outside the city. People also move nowadays. And so it is that still today, sometimes if people are born...
Yeah. Wait, I just was preparing because you have several contradas, several neighborhoods, and they all have their own animal and their own flags. And here you see this is the map of Siena with all the 17 different contradas all next to each other. And then yes, another exactly, you can click on it to make it bigger, and then you have the whole city. So these are neighborhoods, just to make sure. And of course, there are still kids born in this area, and we found something really interesting next to the man who's sitting over here. Sorry, but look at this. Again, the Contrada della Pantera. And what we have over here, we have to welcome a newborn panther, just most probably, what is it, on October the 3rd, so yesterday, it was yesterday, and his name is Andrea Cartocci. So there is a new Pantera born in this area. It's lovely, isn't it? So the whole neighborhood can see that.
But nowadays, for example, if I would now move to Siena, and I would live somewhere, I could also become part of a contrada.
Okay.
And that's where the fountains are for, because that's where you get baptized into a contrada.
Okay, so you're gonna live here, and then some neighbors are coming to you and asking you, like, do you want to become part of the...
Yes, you will have to ask yourself. I mean, you have to, if you live inside automatically you live in one of the neighborhoods. And if you really want to take part in all the events and be a member, then you can ask. You can ask, of course, the priore, because every district has a priore, has a secretary, has a captain. I mean, there's a whole, it has also a bar, has a warehouse where they keep all their costumes, for example.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and so then you go to the priore and you ask to become a member. And then, of course, it's not that the next day you will be baptized. Of course, they have to see that you really want it, that you're worthy to be a member, and then you can get baptized. And they do the baptisms once a year on the holiday of the patron saint.
Okay, so the patron saint of the panther, that's one day in the year.
Yes. So
okay.
Then they have these baptisms. And here we are already in another contrada, the contrada of the eagle, of the aquila. And here you can see some that are rehearsing. So you see, already as a child, they start to become a member.
Yeah.
And
so the kids over here doing these flags, that's from their contrada?
Yes, because this is contrada, the colors is yellow.
Okay.
Yellow, and here we are in the contrada of the eagle. You can also see the fountain over here.
Okay, I'm just going nearby.
Unfortunately, there is this scaffolding.
Yeah, always scaffolding.
But I mean, it wasn't here a month ago.
Yeah, that's always the thing.
Here you can see the eagle, the symbol of this contrada, the fountain where the new members, can be babies, can be adults, are baptized.
So again, there are 17 different 17 different just to baptize them. So wow. Well, we hear the bells of the what's the time?
6:15.
15. Every 15 minutes?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm not sure. I think at 6:30 there is mass. So.
Oh, that's why. We're ready for the mass.
We also have the drums.
Oh yeah. Over there. I'm just coming more nearby, so they also have their own drums. So this is from the same Contrada.
That's from the eagle.
From the eagle. We can see the eagle here on the drum. So this is all for the parade they're doing and everything. So
there is, the other flags. That is the seat of the Contrada.
The seat of the Contrada. Okay.
And so you can't see it, but if now you would open this big wooden door under the flags, behind this door there's a huge garden where they also have all their meetings and their celebrations.
Okay. It's really interesting. I'm gonna show just my face for a little time because some of you have been with me in the last 1.5 months on tours in the Netherlands that I was doing from the flower parades. The flower parades where several neighborhoods in cities are working the whole year to prepare for one day where they have their own parade. And we saw that with the flowers, we also saw that with the fruits in Tiel. But that's something the same over here in Siena. So the same over here, the different neighborhoods are all preparing for, and it's not one day, it's not one day, they're 2 days. So I'm gonna change again. So
of course, the big event is the palio, the horse race.
The horse race.
And they do it twice. On the 2nd of July and on the 16th of August.
Okay.
And so it's always 10 Contrade that participate. So not the 17,
not
but
the
only
17.
10.
Okay. And
only 10 because there wouldn't be space enough for 17 horses.
For 17 altogether. Okay, I also have one, and we're going to talk a little more about the palio. But I'm also wondering, this is a question I have. I've been walking around here in Siena, and what I'm seeing over there is, I think, a wolf. I think this is Romulus and Remus.
It's a she-wolf, yeah.
It's a she-wolf.
She-wolf with the twins.
With the twins, but that is Rome, isn't it?
That is Rome.
That is Rome. Why do we see Rome in Siena?
Well, when the city of Siena became very, very powerful in the Middle Ages, especially in the 13th century, the city of Siena was the big rival of the city of Florence, the almighty
nearby
Florence. And so Siena got very powerful, and so they invented legends because it's not only Siena, but many cities in the Middle Ages, they wanted a kind of foundation legend. They wanted to, be the descendants of some hero of some important city. And so Siena then, they came up with this legend to be the descendants of Rome. So what happened is that, Romulus and Remus and the she-wolf. When Romulus, became the king of Rome, he killed his brother, Remus.
Yes.
And the sons of Remus were called
I'm just gonna show some of the side streets. Sorry, just go on.
Sinus and Ascius. These two sons, they fled because Romulus wanted to kill them too. And so they fled and they arrived here in Tuscany and they saw these nice, gentle hills. And they decided this was a good place to settle down. And so then we have this extra legend that says that Sinus had a white horse and Ascius had a black horse. Because everywhere in Siena you can also see the combination of white and black. That's also the coat of arms of Siena is half black and half white.
Yeah.
You can see it everywhere. And so they said, okay, one horse was white, one horse was black, and they settled down here in Siena. There are other legends that said, and then when they arrived here on this hill, so the highest spot of town, which is now behind
behind us, where we started.
So that's when they'd made a kind of sacrifice for Venus and Apollo. And so there was, the smoke for Venus was white, the smoke for Apollo was black. And then there's another version of the legend that said that Sinus, so he decided to stay here. And Ascius, he went to another hill and founded the city of Asciano that still exists. But anyway, the she-wolf is everywhere.
It's everywhere, yeah.
Spots.
I see it again here in front of the next highlight.
Yeah, and it's of course to remind the grand, origins of Siena.
Yeah, so can we take a little look at the facade over here at the side? Oh yeah, we're talking about black and white. Is that over here also in the tower, what we see?
Well, in reality, it's green.
It's almost. It's in Amsterdam, we would call it canal green, but...
This is the green marble from Pistoia. So it's really green. But that is not really the reason. I mean, this white and black or white and green is not really linked to the coat of arms of Siena, because you can find this kind of layering in different colors of stone in many places, many churches. In Florence you find it, find it in many towns.
That's what I've seen, yeah.
And so this is the cathedral, so the Bishop's Church of Siena.
The Bishop's Church of Siena. Okay, I think I have to go a little to the back, then we have more of it on the screen for people that want to take postcards. Oh. The good thing is that it's not so busy at the moment anymore. And Natalie is saying, très belle. It is.
Belle, bellissima.
Yeah.
Yes, but here you can see, if you look at the facade, you can see that they started to make the facade from the bottom. I mean, the decoration, of course, from the bottom. You can see these three doors and these three arches with these triangles on top. And then there was an interruption. There was an interruption because also the architect and the sculptor, Giovanni Pisano, perhaps somebody knows his name. So when he made this, and he was sent away, he was involved in some very important crimes, and so he was gone. And so it took a whole while before they continued the facade. So you see, the upper half is completely different from the lower half. And because I'm always very skeptical. People stand in front of the facade and say it's so beautiful. Yeah. But if you know a lot of other churches, you can see that there is two different.
So it is.
But it's very interesting. All these different details, of course.
That's really interesting, because I did. Well, I think one of my last Hegel tours in Amsterdam was in front of the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, and they have the same story about that. Because there are several styles used in one building, and in the time of building, main historians and the architects were saying, like, this is nothing. This is just a potpourri of styles, and that's what we see over here too. And by the way, we see here in front of us again Romulus and Remus. One moment, I'm just gonna get a little more nearby. Also. So to get it straight from the side. Oh, look at this, with the tower on the side, part of the facade, and then Romulus and Remus, and they're on both sides of the church. So, can we see the flags? I don't know what flags. Yeah, there are flags here on the side, but that's a piece.
No, we will see some flags.
We will see some Contrada flags, don't worry. Don't worry.
But actually, if you look at the cathedral now from the side, this building really was supposed to be only a little part of a much bigger building. Because on the heydays of the city of Siena, 700 years ago, more or less, the city government thought, we need a bigger cathedral. this one is too small. We need a bigger one, and especially it has to be bigger than the Cathedral of Florence.
Yeah, of course, always.
And you have to know this rivalry with Florence hasn't been forgotten until today. They still
really?
talk about it.
There's still that rivalry between the two neighbors.
They can't stand each other.
Okay.
But perhaps the city of Siena had several victories over Florence.
Yeah.
Some very, very important victories. And they still talk about these victories. They haven't forgotten.
No.
Every time somebody from Florence says something, the people of Siena, they will answer, we won.
Yeah, we
back
won.
in 1260.
Yeah, exactly.
We won.
Okay, what I see over here is this church. What I only see, this is still the same church, I think, and I only see an outside wall. There's missing a piece. There's missing a big piece. It looks like.
Yes, so this is part of the project. They wanted to build the largest cathedral in the world.
In the world, okay.
And so they started to build very, very swiftly. So in the 1340s, they started to build very, very quickly. And what you can see is the facade of what had to become the largest church in the world.
That's the front part.
Yeah, we are inside.
We're inside.
Inside the facade.
Okay, so we're parking cars here in the facade, in the church. In the church.
Yes.
Okay.
And
this is really interesting.
On the ground, you can see these white stones. They represent the columns.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna walk to one of the columns. Sorry, I have to be a little careful because there are some cars. You see over here this white piece on the side. This used to be one of the columns, and if we're going up, we can see some more where the car is driving. We see several white bars from the other columns that were all used to be part of the church. But they're not there anymore.
So they very quickly, they almost finished a big part of the church. So you see the facade, you can see one of the aisles. So this would have been the right-hand side.
The right-hand side.
It would be a lateral exit or entrance over there.
So it's almost like if you open a body somewhere halfway and half is still there. It's wonderful. Yes. It's really wonderful.
Yes, and so, but this was actually built. This column was built, and also here the wall on this side. So the left-hand wall was also built, and then the big plague arrived. In 1348.
The Black Death.
Everybody knows about it, and so of course this project was interrupted. And everybody always thought, okay, that was it. After the Black Plague, nothing happened anymore. But recent research has, shown that no, the year after the big plague, so in 1349, they continued to build.
Oh, really?
Immediately, they continued to build. Somehow they found the materials, and they continued to build. And so the thing that had to be done was then to demolish the existing church. Demolish it because they had to break through these walls. But then that's when a part of the town government said, no, this is becoming too crazy. This will last 100 years. I mean, where will we find the rest of the money? I mean, this project is exaggerated. And so they stopped it then. They stopped it. And that was also, a few years later, the town government, which was a very, very special kind of town government in those days, it fell. I mean, it was, so the system of the government then was abandoned, because, of course, the big plague caused a big crisis.
Yeah, exactly.
And so after a
few
years,
it's unique now. What we see, so that you can see that a parking spot. Thank you, Robin. By the way, a parking spot inside the church, and then a sort of open church, like never closed again. And then, sorry, I've seen something else really interesting. Looking at this tower, I see there's one window, and then there are two, then 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, that's typical of this area. This is Romanesque of this area. You will also see it in Pisa, for example.
Yeah. Okay, that's. I wasn't realizing when I was standing in front of it, but now on the side, I can see it. Okay, where are we going? Through the side entrance. And who is not knowing this, by the way? Of course, you're joining a tour with Stefan, but I'm together today with Patrizia. She is a guide in Umbria, but also is now going over the border. So I escaped from Elba. Not the first one who escaped, by the way, from Elba. But Patrizia came all the way from Umbria, 2 hours driving from over here. And if you are not following her, I can really recommend her tours in. Not, by the way, not only. Oh, I see a beautiful. There's so much beautiful things to see over here that I can just stay on one side. Look at this. Look at the golden. Are we going there also?
Yes, because from here you can see that we are really standing on a hill.
We're standing, I think, on a hill, yeah. But look also, we are in the last hour before sunset, the golden hour. And so the tower over here is almost golden, as you can see. And yeah, Patrizia was just saying, we're again on a very high point in the city. And just to give you an idea, over there, you can go down with the stairs. I think it's about 25, 30 meters lower than over here.
Well, what Stefan probably doesn't know.
No, I know.
When I do my tours, I'm always doing them uphill. So
Why?
he's very lucky today.
Why? Okay. So you're going back into history on your tours.
No, but you know, in the Netherlands, everything is flat.
Yeah.
I think
that's true.
Even if in the future you will climb a mountain, I saw.
Yeah, that's true.
Climb a mountain.
That's true. I will climb a mountain in the Netherlands. Yeah, that's true.
Well, here, it's
a
always
very high one.
Up and down. It's always up and down.
Oh, look at the side again with another arch. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, and it is everywhere. I have to be careful even when walking. So in that way, I can imagine that Patrizia is normally walking up, although, I mean, you're getting out of breath if you have to climb up here. So I have a big respect that you're doing it the other way normally.
It's just a habit.
It's a habit. Okay, if you're living here, then you're becoming a mountain goat, bit by bit. Thank you, Sam. From Bath in Bristol. Bath is another beautiful city,
Sam,
by the way.
Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, she was here.
She was here? Oh, really?
She is the incredible ambassador of Hego.
Oh, really?
Sam spent 12 days in Umbria.
Oh, wow.
And
she's saying hi, Patrizia.
She talked to everybody who she met everywhere in the museums and the trains, and she talked about Hego.
Okay. So... Oh, I love this city. We're now on a very tiny square, and everywhere there are little cafes and bars and restaurants. Thank you, Vicky. So, yeah, she was just saying, hi, Patrizia. So,
yeah, I met Sam in Pilda.
That's wonderful. If you can meet some of the voyagers in real life. I also met some already.
Yeah.
Okay, are we going straight here through this gate?
Yes.
Is it a gate or is it just...
No, it's not a gate. It was a covered passage.
Okay, I just want to show you again, and we're now on the street with one of the main streets. So you see more people, a lot of shops here on both sides. And I also want to give you a little, just a feeling of where we are. That is Superman. And then over there we have another typical...
That's the Palazzo Chigi.
The Palazzo Chigi.
With the Accademia Chigiana.
Mm-hmm.
The Chigi family was an incredibly important family in Siena. They were the bankers of the popes.
Okay. And then over here we have a little sign, Pedonia Sinistra. Sinistra is left, isn't it? Yeah. What does pedoni mean?
Pedestrians.
Pedestrians.
But that's an old sign.
Pedestrians at the left. So we're in England here.
I don't know.
So thank you, Corley. Okay, let's go. Let's go down through this it's again going down through the gate, and oh, look at the. Sorry, I'm just gonna stand here. This is the typical spot where everyone takes pictures. So I'm just gonna do it a little golden again. It's wonderful. We're lucky with this time.
You know, the city of Siena has been built
On three
on
hills.
3 hills.
Okay.
And depression in between the 3 hills. That's where in the 13th century they decided to make the main square, because it was just a field. It was a campo. It was a field.
Okay.
And so
here my reception is a little less, so hopefully you can still see this. I'm just going down. There's a beautiful lantern here. Thank you, Kimberly, for the tip. And now the signal is coming back. So we're now getting inside. Oh, look at this. Look how beautiful this is. It's I mean, I said it already before. This is for me the first time that I'm in Siena, and of course I prepared myself. And then you're seeing pictures and videos and all that kind of things, but seeing it in reality, wow, it's taking my breath away, literally, to be here. And I met Patrizia just 1.5 hours ago over here on this square, and I was like, whoa, this is such a unique place.
well, they call it the most beautiful square in the world.
Okay. I think some other cities are also
Yes,
calling it like
yes.
that, but okay. I mean, it is, and it is all. So you said already, it is the lowest point. So we're going down and over there. So if it's raining over here, then everything
ends up
there.
in that hole. That is
In that
made
hole.
especially.
Okay. So
We have the famous tower,
yeah, it's a beautiful tower.
Torre del Mangia.
The Torre del
They
Mangia.
call it the Tower of the Mangia.
Manja. And
And
what
it
is
seems Mangia was the bell ringer.
the bell ringer? Okay.
Yes,
We see a very big bell on top, so I can zoom in so you can maybe see it a little. On the top, it's a little hard to see, but there's a very big bell.
Yes, because of course in the Middle Ages it was really a person, and it was his job. He was paid to ring the bells on certain moments and occasions. And there's this legend that his salary was so high that the people started to say, he's eating all our money, all our tax money. And so that's one of the legends or the explanations why it's called Torre del Mangia.
Oh, because manja is also
Mangiare
is eating.
Mangiare,
Yeah,
eating.
okay. So I was thinking already eating, not money. I thought it was money
Mangiare.
related.
No,
But
mangiare.
it's stealing the food
tax.
from my mouth. So
Well, he's eating our
yeah,
taxes.
he's eating our taxes. So
But so
Okay.
this whole square is really, beautiful, and it must have even been more beautiful.
More beautiful.
Because when they built it, so when they started to arrange, and also when they built the town hall with the tower,
Yeah.
they made a law. And so I'm talking about a law of the 13th century. They said all the buildings here around the square have to be, the same style.
Same style.
Same windows, and all
Yeah.
the same amount of floors. So really, they have to be the same. Of course, in the meantime, after all these years, things have changed. But that was kind of first urbanism law.
Yeah, that's
a plan, really very
plan
early on.
to make it a little more.
Yeah. As you can see, the square is divided into 9
different
wedges. you could say.
wedges. Oh yeah.
Well, in
that's-
9 different parts, and that's not a coincidence.
Okay.
It's really, and all these wedges, they come together here in the middle,
In the middle.
towards the town hall, because this is representing the government of the 9 people. So they called it the government of the 9.
Of the
There were
9.
9 members in the town government.
Okay, so they did not have one mayor, but they had 9 people
Yeah,
that
the
were
town-
governing together.
Yeah, for 70 years, and that was also the most flourishing moment of the city of Siena. So, there was this government of the 9, and so For example, no doctors were allowed in the garden. No lawyers were allowed in the garden. No noble people, because they said, no, we really have to have people who are just and don't have personal interests.
Okay, so they're just it's a little like Plato's.
Well, it was
Yeah,
for 70 years. This system really
the king,
functioned
like the
very
king
well.
philosophers of Plato, a little like that. Okay, so that's
Yeah, so
another tour.
No, but it functioned very well. I mean, and because these people, they were from the middle class, so there were how do you say, member guild and the craft, and so that worked really
well. So okay, and we said before already, if it's raining here, and I mean, Tuscany is quite green, so it rains.
Well, it rained a lot.
It rained last week, so then all the water is just coming over here in the middle, and then getting somewhere else. So just over here, there's a sort of tree that I see. So the tree is growing based on the water.
Yes, but that's a modern decoration.
A more modern decoration. Okay.
But where does the water come from for the people? I mean, today we have modern aqueducts.
Yeah.
But in ancient times, in the 13th century, there were 40,000 people living here in Siena.
Oh, that's quite big.
Yes, and so they built an underground system of tunnels to bring the water to the whole city, 25 kilometers. 25 kilometers of underground tunnels.
Wow, from higher points in the area, I assume.
Yes, well, they had 3 points where they took the water, and then it was conveyed in the rest of the city.
Yeah. Okay, and then over here, this is also where the famous square where the horse races are.
Yes.
So that's also what we want to tell, of course, in this tour.
Yeah.
So the palio.
The palio. So the word palio doesn't mean race. The palio is the banner. The banner that is given as a prize to the winner.
To the winner. Yeah. Okay.
And so the race just, got this name from the banner. So palio means the banner, like the flag, and that's the prize. And this palio is held twice a year. On the 2nd of July. Mm-hmm. And on the 16th of August.
Okay.
And so there are 2 different palios. So the 10 Contrada that run the one on the 2nd of July. Yes.
I see some parade.
Because it's constantly
they're parading constantly. Yeah, I saw some people asking what are the drums, but that are the parades.
Yes.
Just after, because it's not only that 2 days of the horse races, but it's something that is coming back.
Yes, because you have these 2 days of the horse race, of course, with the winner. But then, for example, the Contrada that won on the 2nd of July.
Yeah.
They will next Friday. They will have their victory dinner.
Okay.
So months later. But in the meantime, they had many other victory dinners.
Okay. Yeah.
That will perhaps be the final one. But until next year, the 2nd of July, they are the winners of the palio of the 2nd of July. And so for the whole year, they will have their flags out in the Contrada.
So they're celebrating it the whole year.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Okay.
And the winner of the 16th of August, and this year it rained so much, they had to do it on the 17th of August.
Okay.
So the winner also remains the winner until next year, 16th of August. So there are like 2 Contrade
that can celebrate the whole year.
There is a reason to celebrate all the time, because if your ally Contrada wins, you can celebrate with them. If your enemy Contrada loses, that is also worth a banquet. And so yes, there's always a reason to celebrate. Because then they visit each other.
Yeah.
The allied Contrada, they visit each other. For example, this parade is one of the Contrada that is going to say hello to
another one.
Not the enemy, the ally one.
Yeah, the ally.
And so they're all year long. There is something
happening.
Little.
Okay. And just to give you a little more the feeling of how it is on these 2 days in July and August. I got some pictures of this. This is from a little above the square, but you see how popular it is. Look at the number of people in the middle.
Yeah, practically the whole town.
Yeah, practically the whole town, exactly. More than 40,000 nowadays. But here you can see how many people, and this is just here in the middle where we're standing right now, just looking at the races. And then another image that gives a little more the feeling of how it goes. So, and yes, the light is beautiful in the meantime, that is for sure. Here you can see some of the horses, or 4 or 5 of them. Just gives a little the feeling of how it goes. And then all these people standing here in the middle and also on the sides are looking at this and celebrating this, of course. So, okay, we're going there. Yeah, you know where to go.
The picture of your tour.
The picture of my tour is over there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I took, of course, for this tour. I didn't know what I was going to show yet at that moment. So I just found a beautiful picture of Siena, but we can see that in reality. Thank you, Doreen. And thank you, by the way, also all the other people that are already giving us tips. So, of course, we will share that today.
That is Manja.
Oh, we're going to see Manja.
Yes.
So, again,
he is considered to be this bell ringer of the tower that ate all the money.
Okay, he looks well fed, if I'm looking at his cheeks. Isn't it?
And after him, the city decided to have an automatic mechanism.
Okay, so that was a little cheaper. Over here. Oh wait. Thank you, Becca. Oh, they lost me.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh.
Am I back or not? So because this is for a postcard, I'm back. Okay, then I was just wanting to show you this. Oh, I see a lot of people saying, "Yeah, I'm back." In the heart of the city center, I was gone. But look how beautiful this is. Where am I standing right now? How is this place called? Because we didn't even say that.
So this is the Palazzo Pubblico. The Palazzo Pubblico is still today the town hall.
Yeah.
Where the mayor and the offices are partially also a museum. And this kind of inner courtyard is called the entrone.
Entrone.
Like entrance, big courtyard entrance. Are held before the party starts. All the horses are brought in here.
In here. So all the 10 horses. Yeah, I can imagine that. Oh wow. I'm just taking some time so people can take some.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And you can see the coat of arms of Siena.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
And then just to give you an idea. Oh, that's also why the gate is so high, so you can easily get your horse inside.
Well, I'm not sure that was the initial idea.
So thank you, Sirak and Pamela. So already. Okay, and again we have our friends, Romulus and Remus again. And I will walk back, hopefully the signal outside, because it was really dropping just at the moment that we came inside over here. But here we have them again with the she-wolf. Okay, so let's go out again and hopefully I can find some. Now there are more people now, and I now see that the signal is better, so I'm just gonna do one more of this. in the middle. So perfect postcard over here. And now let's go outside again. So saying goodbye to the mayor and to Mangia. Oh yeah, Torre del Mangia. So you have a beautiful view, I assume, that when you're in that tower.
Yes, it's beautiful, but yeah, you have to climb 400 stairs.
400 stairs. Okay,
Yes.
that's for the next tour. Oh, and look, by the way, at the sky.
Dramatic.
It's very dramatic.
Yeah.
So, just to give you it looks like if Florence is burning, something like that. I don't know if that Florence is that way, but
It looks like the end of the world.
the end of the world. Yes, exactly. So, but it's beautiful, isn't it? Wow. And Carl is saying, I'm climbing 400 steps every day. I'm getting a lot of money too. Okay, so yeah, I would also do it if I get a lot of money.
Yeah, but nowadays, you cannot book it online. So you have to come here in the morning and see when you can.
When you can.
Now it's very busy.
I can imagine, because this time of the year, this is the is it busy now? Is it the busy season for you also as a guide?
This is the busiest time of the year.
Okay,
End
okay.
of September and October. Yes.
Because the temperatures are a little cooler.
Yes.
So
Tour groups.
Oh yeah, that's I can imagine that. Okay, I just want to do some more shots here from the side. Andrea is saying I've eaten at many of those cafes. Oh, you did a tour. Oh, look at this. The colors are almost unbelievable. Thank you for arranging this. This is fantastic. So, is there some more that you want to show us about the paleos? Yeah, of course there are. We can do this tour 2 more hours.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
So
perhaps we can walk to the winning Contrada.
Yeah, that's okay. From 2nd of July. Okay, so one of the winning Contradas.
Yes.
So I'm just.
The other one, the one that won on the 16th of August or the 17th of August this year. Yes. It's just where we are now.
Okay.
We'll see some flags.
Okay, I'm doing some last shots of unbelievable.
It's like the poster of his film.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. So.
Oh, a James Bond was filmed.
James Bond. Okay.
Yes. And James Bond came out of a manhole.
A manhole. Okay. Wait, I'm just gonna get this together with a little less people. So take some good postcards from this crazy sky, Catherine. I'm looking forward to see your. No. Catherine is the one who is painting a lot of these beautiful paintings. So thank you, Sharon, for the tip, and also look at the tower, the 400 stairs. That is. And Catherine is saying, I was thinking about it. Grazie. Okay, let's walk to. Someone wants a last shot, an Adam shot or a vertical shot. I can also do that. Of the whole tower with the beautiful sky at the side. Oh, wow. Grazie mille.
Tomorrow the weather's going to be good because we say rosso di sera, bello si spera.
Okay, so if
the evening is red,
then the next day will be
good.
Okay.
At least that's what we hope, because hope is the most important thing in our daily lives here in Italy.
Okay. Oh wow. Hope. Okay, we're going from hope. What is the word hope? Speranza. La speranza.
Well, you
okay.
I can't roll my R. So
Speranza. Speranza. Okay, let's go. I could not get enough from this sky, so I'm looking forward to see some beautiful postcards.
Well, here, this palace here on the corner has beautiful.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's
a sheep and a moon crescent. You see the moon crescent underneath?
Oh, yeah.
Because that is from a family, the family Piccolomini Todeschi. You have to know Siena had several popes. The most famous one is probably Pope Pius II. He was from the Piccolomini family.
Okay.
And the Piccolomini family had the moon crescent on their coat of arms. And then, the sister of the Pope, she married a Todeschi with the sheep.
Oh, so then of course they had to
and their son
integrate
became
that.
Pope too.
Oh. I love it how they then integrate these coat of arms.
Yes, it's beautiful.
So,
also up there. See?
Yeah, there are.
For the coaches, when you were on top of a coach,
then you could attach your horse over there on the side. Oh, okay.
So this is Palazzo Piccolomini. They also call it the Palace of the Pope. And the Piccolomini Pope Pius II, he founded he transformed the city of Pienza. The city of Pienza was named after the Pope. And he was this Pope who wrote erotic novels before he became Pope.
That's one of your other tours, wasn't it?
Yes.
The 18+ tour is that. Is this one of the flags of the Contrada?
Yeah, this is the Contrada, the unicorn.
The unicorn, oh wow.
And they have these beautiful lamps. See?
Yeah, this is also part of the Contrada, the lamp over here on the side.
Yes.
Wow.
They call them the braccialetti, so the arms, because it's like an arm sticking out of the wall, holding up the lights. And so this is the Contrada of the Leocorno.
Leocorno.
And so this Contrada won on the 17th of August of this year.
Oh, okay.
And they're still celebrating.
They're still celebrating. They're still celebrating the whole year, isn't it?
Yes, yes, for the next year.
There's always a reason for a good party.
And for example, with Corona, of course, they didn't do the palio. So, that was the first time they didn't do the palio since the 17th century.
Oh, really?
There were interruptions because, for example, of the wars, but then they postponed it, really. So, of course, the Corona stopped everything. So it means the Contrada that won in 2019
could celebrate.
Was still the winner until the 2nd of July of this year, 2022.
Can the Contradas join both races? So they can win on the 2nd of July?
Yes, it's a possibility. Yes, it's a possibility. Because there are 10 Contrada who run the race, and the 7 other ones are automatically qualified for the next one. And then they have to extract by lottery
the other ones.
And then it's a whole, because sometimes Contradas are disqualified for several years if they do something wrong. So it's a whole calculation. You can't believe how complicated it is.
Yeah, you tried to tell me, I still don't understand. Where are we going?
So let's go
this way? Okay, sorry. I'm also really impressed by the sky. I don't know if you can see it, but the sky is pink, purple, blue, yellow, and everything in between. So, the end of the world, that's how it feels. And try to focus my camera also a little. Okay. Oh, wait. There are many beautiful shots. Look at this. Another symmetrical, beautiful one. Okay, let's go.
As I said, Siena is built on 3 hills.
Yeah.
And there are also 3 main streets, we could say. 3 main streets leading to the central square.
Okay.
And so this is one of them.
Yeah.
This is the Banchi di Sotto.
Banchi di Sotto.
The banks of below.
Okay.
And now we're going to arrive on the Banchi di Sopra, the banks of above.
Okay, so the upper and the lower and the higher parts.
And so the banks with banchi, they really mean the banks. The city of Siena
Yeah.
got so wealthy and so important because of their bankers.
Bankers. Oh.
And yes,
Okay,
it
so
was really important. And so you have to imagine that many of these buildings, of course, the doors have changed, but many of these buildings were really banks. So where people could change money, bring money, borrow money.
yeah.
And so the word banco comes from a wooden table.
Mm-hmm.
So a wooden board. That's
A wooden board where you were calculating, or where you had the money laying on, or?
Well, no, but for example, you had the shops. They were very small, so there was only one room on the ground floor. So they did everything outside. So outside there was this kind of table, bank, and so that's where you would do your business.
Do your business over the table.
And so when a bank couldn't pay the clients back anymore, they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
So then you would see the bank, they would break the board in two. So that you knew, I don't have to go there anymore.
Because it's
so
bankrupt.
in Italian we said bancorotto. So bancorotto, so bancorotta means bankrupt.
That's where bankrupts come from. Wow. I love these kind of things to know. Just try to remind this one while we're walking to a little beautiful one. Oh, this is one of the famous restaurants, isn't it? Pastry. Over here, just let you give you a little feeling of inside.
I don't know if anyone knows the rock star Gianna Nannini.
Gianna Nannini. I
used to be.
I wasn't aware, but.
And her brother Alessandro Nannini, he was a Formula One pilot. I'm hungry.
You're hungry, okay.
No, somebody's and so this is the typical very ancient recipe.
Wow.
They have
like
the
big,
panpepato, and the panforte.
Yeah, it looks okay. I don't have to stay here too long because it's almost dinner time.
You get way too hungry.
Yeah, I know. People on the street were saying it makes you hungry. Thank you, Corinne. Okay, we're walking further while the sky is getting pink now. We see another. Let's meet Romus and Regulus. They're everywhere.
This is the most ancient
building, palace?
Private building, you could say. Private building of Siena, and some people say of Italy. I mean, always have to be careful.
Yeah, they're always
statements. But this goes back to 1205.
1205.
And
wow.
It's Palazzo Tolomei. The Tolomei family was one of the most important banking families of Siena.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, you can see they had some money.
Well, their palace is still there, and it's still a bank. And you see, it's the Bank of Florence today.
It is still the Bank of Florence.
It's the Bank of Florence, but because in the 13th century there was this big rivalry between Florence and Siena.
Yeah.
And the Ptolemy, at a certain point, they were exiled because they were allies of Florence. And so they were exiled.
Exiled, yeah, it's a good reason, of course, if you were...
Yeah. Well, in the end, Florence took over, and then the Ptolemy came back and put the Bank of Florence.
Put the Bank of Florence over here. Okay, so... Thank you, Joe, for the tip. And then at the other side, I'm just also going to show you, because almost every street, every corner is beautiful over here. I mean, sorry, I'm still a tourist.
This is the St. Christopher Church.
The St. Christopher Church?
Very important for the history.
Yeah.
Because this is where they decided, you could say, to go to the battle in 1260 against Florence.
Against Florence, always against that.
I mean, there were how do you say, they were discussing, because Florence was almighty, they had much more soldiers and much more weapons.
Yeah.
So Siena was really not, I mean, against all odds, in the end, Siena won. But before they went to the battle, they said, we need money. I mean, if we could pay these German soldiers that are here, we could perhaps go to the battle. And then one banker, he just came out because the meeting was held here.
Was he here in this church?
He just went out because he was living around the corner. And then he came back with a wheelbarrow full of money. And he said, now we can pay the soldiers.
At least the soldiers.
And
that is that war that they're still talking about. We won from Florence. In the meantime, talking about banks, talking about tips. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Corinne, Risa, for the tips. Okay. We're going... Oh yeah, and there was also another question that I saw, and I was thinking about the same myself. You were telling me before that there was a Jewish district. Was it also in Italy that most of the banks were related to Jewish families? Or
no?
Okay.
No. So here it was, like you said, it was forbidden. It was forbidden from the 16th century, and it was completely forbidden. And then the Jewish ghettos were, not founded, but then from the 16th century on, the Jews and the cities, they were like locked up in their district. So there were big walls with entrances. They were not allowed to do any money business. They were not allowed to have any shops.
Okay.
Only second-hand shops, for example.
Yeah.
So, no. Because, lending money was considered a sin, except if you would lend money to a pope.
Okay.
So that's why the bankers of Siena, they were the bankers of the popes.
Yeah.
That's also why they did a big business.
Okay. No, that's good. It's a interesting explanation, because in a lot of other European cities you see that a lot of the banks were in the hands of Jewish families, or for a while at least.
Might have been in the beginning, but here families that made a fortune already in the 13th century. No, they were not.
Yeah, and as long as they were lending to the Pope, then everything is good.
But not only to the Pope, they lent money to the kings, English kings,
of course.
And so on. And that's, in the end, that's how they also went bankrupt, because they were never paid back.
There were too many. Okay, in the meantime, here are too many beautiful places here, Patrizia. It's unbelievable. You're only doing 4 tours? Four different tours of Siena? I think you can do 50.
Well,
if I'm seeing this. No, Carl, it was a good question. I had the same question in my head. So, and thank you, Susan and Chris, in the meantime.
Because you have the banking system, there's always this kind of fight. Was it invented in Florence, or was it invented in Siena?
Yeah.
Probably it just popped up a little bit everywhere at the same time when people need it. But Siena had a very important position on one of the most important European pilgrimage roads from Canterbury to Rome. And so that's really how Siena, because we are standing now really on this pilgrimage road. So this main street was the Via Francigena, they called it.
Okay.
So from Canterbury to Rome, and then on to southern Italy and to Jerusalem.
Okay, so that's where we were just walking over, where we now have the
And many people, they went to Jerusalem or to Rome on a pilgrimage, and so they didn't travel alone. They traveled escorted, for example, and so the merchants liked that a lot.
Yeah, of course.
But also that they could travel with them, so it was much more safe.
Safe to travel together with people on a pilgrimage.
And Siena was one of the last big city before Rome.
Yeah.
So here they could do their last
expenses. Yeah.
And now we arrive in the winning Contrada.
The winning Contrada. I see already some flags.
Yeah, let's go like this. So this is the Contrada of the Dragon.
The Dragon. Yeah, I've seen.
Dragon.
And when I was walking to you from my car over here, I saw them everywhere. Everywhere, these flags. So, and thank you, Sarai, for sharing again the profile of Patrizia.
And this Contrada the Contrada of the Dragon is very special because it's the only Contrada that doesn't have enemies.
Wow. Okay.
That's why we have all the flags of all the Contrada here.
Over here. Oh, okay.
In
Okay.
all these streets, we have all the Contrada because they are friends with everybody.
Ah, that's smart, or
Yes.
in a way.
Yes,
So
but it means that because normally you always going to visit. So they have these visits to
Yeah.
the Contrada amongst them.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
here, I mean, they have a lot of visitors. All the Contrada have to come at some point to visit them.
To visit. So I can imagine that people, the merchants nowadays over here, love that. That they're all coming over here to this area.
Well, they come with their drums, with their flags.
Yeah.
And now, last Friday, they had to do their big celebration. 1,500 people sitting at the tables here on the next square
Yeah.
that we're going to see. But it was raining so hard. Normally I was supposed to do a tour, but I had to cancel.
That was I was planning to do that tour, but I was in the plane at that moment to Italy. So
So they will do it now Friday.
okay. In the meantime, sorry, I'm
Yes,
seeing a little detail. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me try to get you together with the flag. Oh, this is wonderful. The dragon. So you can maybe now also imagine where all these Game of Thrones things are coming from. They're all inspired by Siena. For example.
Yes, and here we have. So this is a big square. This is a big modern square.
Yeah, I can
it's
see
not really
that.
beautiful, but you see they placed this kind of scene. This kind of decoration all around the
So
square.
it looks a little older.
And then they will have also nice lighting. I mean, it will be next Friday, so now there's nothing to see.
There's
but
nothing
the
to see.
flowers are the colors of the Contrada, so yellow, green, and red.
Yellow brick. Okay, that's again related to it.
There is a little podium where they will present, the winners, and there were a lot of prizes
and everything. So
yes,
it's
and the long tables. Well,
they're not. Yeah, I see some
I
tables
see some,
there.
but yeah,
I have to come back next week, I think.
on Friday.
On Friday, okay.
If you're still around.
No, I don't. Not here anymore. I think. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's so much to see, not only in Siena, but also in this area over here. This is not a Quidditch game. Yeah, I was also thinking about Harry Potter.
Yes.
Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, all that kind of things. Oh, wait.
This is the seat of the Contrada.
The seat of the Contrada.
Church, the chapel, the fountain, the beautiful gate.
Wait. Oh, here we have. So this is this is a kid playing.
Yes,
so
this is the fountain. Yeah,
it's the fountain.
It's
Okay.
it's playing with some marbles, and one of the marble is the marble of the Contrada.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just with the colors of the
Some
Contrada.
big dragon.
No, I was expecting a dragon or something like that, but no.
Well, there are dragons enough all around.
Yeah, that's true.
The land.
Wait, sorry, I was just going inside. I don't know if I was allowed. I just can't say I'm a tourist.
And in ancient days, I mean, until not so long ago, when they celebrated the victory, they would also have, as a guest of honor, the horse.
Yeah.
But now they don't do that anymore because
And
the poor horse is really not.
That's over here. That's inside here. Then the
No,
horse.
that's the church. No,
Okay.
the stable is
It's
somewhere else.
Okay.
But overlooking the square, I saw it in July when they won.
Yeah.
They made a kind of big plastic horse or something, and it was looking out of the window.
Okay.
So the horse was participating.
Where the horse was sort of only a plastic modern version. Oh wow! So I'm gonna. Yeah, they put the lights on already. It's almost like that we're in China or so. So.
Yeah. And here you can buy tickets for the dinner and
Okay.
the celebration.
Oh,
of
beautiful.
Friday.
So, and yes, there are a lot of people are talking about the beautiful botanical garden in Siena.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
So there are so many beautiful. So that's just an idea for one of your tours.
Yeah, it's just me and botanics. I'm not really.
I was also not so in botanics, and by doing tours, I
Yeah, you
became.
learn a lot. I know.
I learned a lot about tulips and roses and dahlias and all kind of daffodils and everything. So, okay, I think this is also where we're ending the tour, and we're already talking for more than an hour. 1 hour and 14 minutes to be precise. So it's
That is always
unbelievable.
too much.
It's
to
always
tell.
too much. Yeah, that is. I mean, again, this was the first time that I was here, so I haven't seen Siena before, and it's wonderful to hear the stories and to learn a little more. And it's not enough, Diane. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, but if you want to learn more, know and see more about Siena, then about Siena, but also about several other places in Umbria, and there are so many beautiful cities in this part of the world. So I can really recommend them. I'm only here for vacation. You can now imagine why I'm coming here on vacation. But if you want to see more, then follow Patrizia. I think several of you are already seeing the link. So it was a pleasure to see to
Yes.
do this together with you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was with the world famous Stefan during a tour. Yeah.
No, it was. I was really thinking if I'm going here, I want to do this together with someone who knows the city. So of course I can read and prepare, but you're the specialist. You know so much, and I think we've also seen that on this tour. That there was so much that you could tell and deep into old history about 13th, 14th, 15th, 17th, 18th century, everything, and even 2,000 years ago. So thank you really for joining, and thank you also for all these people joining. We have still over 200 people, and I saw it almost 300. Oscar is not there today. No, I cannot handle two things at the same time. So and exactly, Sharon, both of us are famous now. So
Oh, yes.
that is, and yeah. You also know if you come to this area, then Patricia is also doing tours. Maybe sometimes also in English if you're asking her.
Yes.
So now I really want to thank you for joining today. I hope that that we answered all the questions that there were, or at least several ones. If you have a last question, we have 2 more minutes, and then I'm just gonna kill the tour. Wonderful tour. You're welcome. So if you have a last question, just let me know, and otherwise we're just gonna stop. And thank you for all the tips. We're gonna share that between both of us. So it is. So maybe we can have a wine. Oh no, I still have to drive. So thank you, Janet and Stephen and Lynette, and I have some chocolates.
Yes,
thank you,
a
Diane.
lot.
A lot of
I want to
chocolate.
get rid of
Yeah, it's so heavy. So thank you, Diane.
Thank you very much for joining,
So-
and hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, I can't really read.
You can. Yeah, there's another tour of me that I'm gonna do in 2 days, and that's on the farm where I am. Thank you, Emmy, right now. So that's just animals. I don't have to tell a lot about animals. Maybe a little about wine. So
Well, Italian animals are different.
that's
You see the Italian sheep
okay.
or goats, for example.
Yeah. What are they?
They're how do you say their sound, the sound they make, the ba or the meh,
Yeah.
it's much faster.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And how do you? Is it also in Italian that they say that they're doing bad? Or I mean,
Yeah.
so what is in Italian? The sound?
bear,
Bear?
the
It's
bear.
also bear. Okay, I see.
The dog not.
What's
An
the dog?
Italian dog says bow bow.
Bow bow. I don't
I
understand.
think only the cats are universal. They
Yeah?
say meow
Yeah.
in all the languages except
Thank you,
Japanese. Japanese cats say meow.
Meow. Okay. Okay, but the dog? Bow bow?
Yeah, bow bow. In
Bow
Italian
bow.
they say bow bow. Isn't it, Elisabetta, if you're still there?
Yeah, bow
Bow
bow.
bow.
Bow bow. Okay, in the Netherlands we're saying yeah, woof,
Waf.
of waf waf, waf waf, waf waf. So it is different in every language. And I always love the. So I'm now thinking about the thing that we see on churches a lot, rooster.
Ah, yes.
What is that in Italian? Thank you, Sarai.
Kikiriki. Kikiriki.
Kikiriki. Okay, in Dutch it is kukeleku.
I know, and in French it's cocorico.
Cocorico, yeah, and in Spanish too, I think. So, okay, so
I know. The woodpecker. I went to Canada. And the lakes were still frozen, and the woodpeckers would do tock, 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 tock. And then in Germany they would do tock, 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 tock. But in Italy, you can't keep up with them.
No?
Like a.
Okay. So maybe because it's so cold that they're acting a little
Everything
slower.
Is faster. Everything is faster.
Everything is faster.
Yeah.
So now, okay. Enough talking about animals. Thank you for joining again, and I hope you enjoyed it today. And we hope to see you again, or on the tours of Patrizia, or on my tours, or both of them. Of course, it's also possible. But I really love to do this together. Thank you, Patrizia.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Stefan.
Yeah, I should leave.